Stern Show, a motley crew of people who, in real life, have no business competing anywhere near a sports arena. I mean, have you seen Scott the Engineer do push-ups? Cool. Let's take a moment to introduce these brave competitors.
This fantasy football player not only loves football, he's built like a football. He has more hair on his back per cubic inch than Sasquatch. Senior producer, Jason Kaplan.
Trust me, no one who works with you likes you.
A University of Michigan alumni, recipient of over 80 alleged blowjobs in his collegiate career, and host of the wrap-up show, John the Animal Hine.
Fuck you, Jason.
Despite participating for many, many years in the Stern Fantasy Draft, absolutely no one knows who he is, unless their computer is on the fritz. IT guru extraordinaire, Ben Bardo.
I'm not your friend.
An alumni of Syracuse University who would like you to forget that he was once a writer on such Hollywood gems as Crocodile Dundee Goes to Los Angeles. Fantasy football expert, Matthew Berry.
I'm not sure you're the person that should be saying anyone's out of shape, my friend.
This 5'8" graduate of Adelphi University, a man who has done for teeth what Kim Kardashian did for asses, executive producer, Gary Delabate.
I'm so bad, you should get rid of me.
No stranger to being surrounded by large groups of creepy men, former porn star turned fantasy football fanatic, Lisa Ann.
How many kids are in there? How many kids? No.
Arguably the biggest loser in Stern Show fantasy football history, and son of a kilt wearer, senior producer, Will Murray.
The constant emails and he wants to fuck everybody. Let's play football.
The single most famous person to ever graduate Full Sail University. A man who talks like he has a mouthful of AstroTurf. Media editor, J.D. Harmeyer.
Get your fat jokes out of the way, fuckhead.
A member of the Boring Hall of Fame. A frequent bowler who I have absolutely nothing else to say about. Scott, the Engineer, Salem.
Who the fuck cares? I'm not gonna win anyway.
This 6'5" lunatic is the star of over 40 million films, although we dare you to name just one. Trash-talking legend, Michael Rappaport.
We've raised the profile of this fucking shitbox league.
On the minds of football fans everywhere, plenty of big questions are begging to be answered. Was Gary's meteoric rise from last to first a fluke or a sign of hidden talent? Will trash-talking Michael Rappaport finish ahead of ESPN's fantasy expert Matthew Berry again? Can Will Murray actually seal the deal and win the trophy, or will he continue to come up short, just like his favorite team, the Philadelphia Eagles? Is Lisa Ann even hotter than she was last year? Can you understand one word that comes out of J.D. Harmeyer's mouth? We're happy to find out right here in Howard Studio. Now let's go to the podium and hear this year's opening remarks from League Commissioner Jason Kaplan.
Guys, welcome to the 8th season of the Emotional Friends Fantasy Football League. Give it up. Take your eyes off your papers for 2 seconds. Get off the computer. We are here. We are together. We are live in Howard Studio. This year, I've been backed into a corner. We are the Emotional Friends Football League. We're supposed to have fun. We are friends here together to do this together, and it has to be fun for everybody. One of the things we voted on is whether or not people can bring someone to the draft to help them. But Michael, I have to put my foot down. I want your son to have fun. I want you to have your father-son bonding, even though a lot of people in the league are mixed on that.
Yes.
If anybody but Maceo is on FaceTime or shouting things out over it, Michael, we're going to skip your draft pick.
No worries. No worries.
2 seasons ago, Gary had one of the worst fantasy football seasons in the world on recorded record. Last year, much like the Patriots, he started, I think, 0-2, 0-3, just getting his ass handed to him. Then he won the Odell Beckham sweepstakes. He powered up the rankings. He beat Michael Rappaport in the championship game to become a first-time champion of our league. And now, Gary, I'm proud to present to you our league trophy with your name emblazoned in some sort of fall gold here. Introducing our 2014 Emotional Friends League champion, Gary Dell'Abate.
Today, I am the luckiest man in the world, according to you assholes. A couple of awards for people here. The Tiger Woods Award goes to John Hine. Once great, but now just sad. JD, or as I like to refer to him, Refrigerator Harmeyer. Someone should have punched you in the jaw so you can't eat anymore. You get the Caitlyn Jenner Award because you no longer have a cock. And Rappaport, it was great last year. Coming in second is sort of like kissing your sister, which is funny because I think in the 80s I fucked your sister. Is Ben Bardo here? Who gives a shit? All right. Anyway, I'm proud to have this trophy, and I said it every day that we're on the air. It's always luck until a win. Doesn't matter. My name's on the trophy forever. If I fucking die, it's still on the trophy, and I'll be back this year.
So that was last year's champion, Gary Bababooey Dell'Abate. The excitement in this studio, palpable. The players chomping at the bit. So let's get the drafting started. First up, with the number 1 pick, Jason Kaplan.
Hey now, let's get this thing rolling with the number 1 pick of this draft. I will be taking Pittsburgh Steeler, Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, so Le'Veon Bell, Steelers running back, right ahead of John Hine, Steelers fan. Le'Veon Bell will be suspended for the first 2 games for violating the league's substance abuse policy. But yet Jason Kaplan decides to go with the do-everything running back out of Pittsburgh, Le'Veon Bell, at number 1 overall. Now, number 2 in round number 1, John Hine.
Fuck you, Jason.
Ah.
With the second pick of whatever this draft is, I will take running back Jamal Charles from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Jamal Charles. There's some talk that maybe the Kansas City Chiefs will try to limit his touches just a bit this coming season to try to keep him fresh throughout the regular season and hopefully for their sake the playoffs. So running backs go 1 and 2. Ben Bardo now on the clock.
With the 3rd overall pick, Ben Bardo selects Adrian Peterson.
Good luck.
Running backs 1, 2, and 3 as Ben Bardo goes Adrian Peterson, who missed virtually the entire season last year dealing with his legal problems, but he is back. The Minnesota Vikings have all sorts of weapons at their disposal, so Adrian Peterson goes number 1. Being a 10-team league, there should be plenty of good players still available. Now at number 4, my colleague and co-host, Matthew Berry.
You are a company man. With my selection, I take a guy that I had last year, and I don't think he'll start slow because he won't be starting on Scott Salem's team, Green Bay Packers running back, Eddie Lacy.
The running back trend continues as running backs.
Can I just say, I expect Adrian Peterson to really whoop some ass this year.
Hey now. Gary Dell'Abate, the defending champion now with pick number 5.
Defending champ, Gary Dell'Abate, takes with the 5th pick, Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch. So running backs 1 through 5. Lisa Ann at number 6.
With the 6th pick, I am going to take the one and only Des Bryant.
All right, so for the first time, a running back not selected with the first pick. Des Bryant, new contract extension, or new contract rather, with the Dallas Cowboys. He goes to number 6 overall. Lisa Ann selecting him with her first-round pick. Will Murray on the clock.
What am I? Pick 7?
Pick 7.
I will take Demaryius Thomas.
So receivers going back-to-back. Demaryius Thomas, Denver Broncos receiver, goes to number 1 to Will Murray. Now J.D. Harmeyer at number 8. J.D. was a little upset that the entry fee had been doubled this season.
It cuts into his webcam money.
Oh.
Is Lisa's bottom line hit now?
All right, enough of this. I will pay.
I bet you Rappaport's kids will webcam for you, JD.
Shut up.
Sure, they're on Pornhub right now.
Oh my God! What the fuck? Can I make a fucking pick? A bunch of assholes around here. God help me, Rob Gronkowski.
You dumb fuck, you.
So,
you dumb fuck.
Rob Gronkowski.
You silly dumb fuck.
The number 8th overall pick, the first tight end coming off the board, and it goes to J.D. Harmeyer. So now, at number 9, Scott the Engineer.
Okay, for the number 9 pick.
Number 9.
That would be Antonio Brown.
Oh, God, why?
And by selecting Antonio Brown, that means Antonio Brown will be injured in Week 1 and out for the rest of the season. Now the polarizing and the controversial Michael Rappaport.
With the first pick of the 2016 Stern
15.
League draft.
2015.
We pick Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
You idiot!
The first quarterback coming off the board, and Michael Rappaport's delight. So that means Michael Rappaport has another pick coming to him right now.
For the second pick
Yes.
in the 2015 draft,
Got it.
we pick Chicago Bears running back Matthew Forte. Thank you.
Matthew Forte. So he goes NFC North Division players with his first two picks. Aaron Rodgers of the Packers, Matt Forte of the Chicago Bears. Scott Salem back on the clock.
Okay. I will pick running back C.J. Anderson.
C.J. Anderson, Denver Broncos running back. J.D. Harmeyer with a surprise pick in round one, going Rob Gronkowski. Your second round pick, J.D.
Come on home. Running back Jeremy Hill of the Bengals.
His favorite team, the Cincinnati Bengals, Jeremy Hill, going to J.D. Harmeyer. Will Murray, waiting for his second round pick.
I'm going to take Julio Jones.
Julio Jones, the Atlanta Falcons receiver, going to Will Murray. Lisa Ann, your second round pick.
I am going to take Calvin Johnson.
So Lisa Ann going receiver with her first two picks, Des Bryant, and now Megatron of the Detroit Lions. The defending champion, Gary Delabate, with his second round pick.
I'm going to go with the man who brought me last year, Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. also on the cover of Madden's new video game. Matthew Berry, your second round pick, sir.
My second round pick, Jordy Nelson. Go Packers.
So that's three straight receivers now in round two. Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson, now Jordy Nelson.
Hold on. Hi.
Whoa. Hold on. Mick the Nerd here with an injury report. After the taping of this draft, Jordy Nelson got a boo-boo and won't be starting the season.
Ben Bardo, your second round pick.
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray, staying in the NFC East, but going from the Dallas Cowboys to the Philadelphia Eagles. Will Hine, or John Hine, excuse me.
LaShawn McCoy, Buffalo Bills.
Now we come back to the league commissioner, Jason Kaplan. His second round pick, final pick of the second round.
I think I am going to follow my good buddy Matthew Berry here and pick Nelson's teammate, Randall Cobb.
After two rounds of the Howard Stern Emotional Friends Fantasy Football League, let's take a quick time out to recap some of the more intriguing picks. For me, the surprise, I think, of round number one is the 8th overall pick, J.D. Harmeyer, going with Rob Gronkowski, the tight end. Yes, he's the league's best tight end, but the quarterback situation and Tom Brady's suspension, that for me was a little bit of a risk. But he did follow up by going running back at round number 2 with Jeremy Hill. Wide receivers were a very popular position. Des Bryant, Calvin Johnson, Lisa Ann going receivers there. Demaryius Thomas and Julio Jones. Those are the first two picks for Will Murray. And our defending champion, Gary Delabate. He had Marshawn Lynch and Odell Beckham Jr. as his first two picks in the Howard Stern Fantasy Football Emotional Friends League. Odell Beckham Jr. played a big part in his road to the championship last season. And my colleague, Matthew Berry, going Packers with his first two picks, Eddie Lacy and Jordy Nelson.
The Stern Staff Fantasy Football Draft is brought to you by Yahoo Fantasy Football. Fantasy football just got real with everything you need for a winning season.
498-1025.
All right, welcome back. We're going to resume with round number 3. And the first pick, the league commissioner, Jason Kaplan.
Reaching deep into JD territory to pick my next pick, wide receiver, A.J. Green.
Le'Veon Bell, Randall Cobb, and now A.J. Green to the league commissioner, Jason Kaplan.
Oh, I think that's a very good start. I'll take it. That is an honor, sir.
Now John Hine.
Quarterback Andrew Luck, Indianapolis Colts.
I think Andrew Luck has the chance to be the highest scoring fantasy player this coming season. And John Hine gets him in his with his third-round selection. Ben Bardo is next and on the clock.
With my third pick, I select wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders, Denver Broncos.
Say it like a fucking man, Ben. You sounded like you're taking a shit there. I mean, stand up and say it with some fucking, some goal.
Matthew Berry is now next with his third-round selection.
I will stay in what is known as the NFC Norris division. Alshon Jeffrey, Chicago Bears wide receiver.
No Brandon Marshall in Chicago this season. A lot more targets for Alshon Jeffrey. Sadly, Jay Cutler will be the man throwing the ball to him, but still, another receiver for Matthew Berry. Gary Delabate, our defending champion.
I'm going to shake it up a little bit. I'm going with running back, surprise, surprise, Justin Forsett.
Justin Forsett. So two of Baba Booey's first three picks are running back. Marshawn Lynch was his first pick. He then went receiver Odell Beckham Jr., and now Justin Forsett of the Baltimore Ravens. Lisa Ann is next.
I am going to go with Jimmy Graham, tight end, Seattle.
Superstar Jimmy Graham, now of the Seattle Seahawks. Her first three picks, Des Bryant, Calvin Johnson, Jimmy Graham, all pass catchers for Lisa Ann. Will Murray is next.
I'm going to take a chance on an old man and draft Frankie Gore.
Frank Gore, now of the Indianapolis Colts.
Mr. Flores, would you not say that's the dumbest fucking pick thus far?
Holy shit.
The only question is whether or not, Frank Gore's age and durability. Those are the only questions, and how much do they want to run the ball?
I think Gore's going to have a monster year. I think that's a great pick.
But I asked you, do you think that's the dumbest fucking pick yet?
Yet, no. I don't think so.
Who is?
I'll wait. I'll wait.
We know what it is. It's Gronk in the first round. By dumb fuck.
Hey, shithead, you picked Jimmy Graham last year in the first round, dumb fuck.
Yo, I drafted a quarterback in the first round. Mr. Berry will tell you that was a good pick.
As commissioner, I need to remind you you're still on the clock, Jimmy.
Mike Evans, wide receiver.
Mike Evans, in his second year out of Tampa Bay, will have a first-year player, Jameis Winston, throwing him the ball with the Bucks. Scott the Engineer.
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton.
There goes one of Luck's receivers.
A monster season could be looming for T.Y. Hilton, the Indianapolis Colts. A lot of firepower in Indy. Now the polarizing and the controversial Michael Rappaport.
The next pick in the draft, we're picking Mr. Brandon Cook from the New Orleans Saints.
I love that you can't even. Oh, sure.
Thank you.
Brandon Cooks of the New Orleans
Saints. Brandon Cook. Brandon
I'm not sure
Cooks
who Brandon
is still
Cook is,
available.
but Brandon Cooks of the New Orleans Saints. So back-to-back picks for Michael Rappaport. His first pick of round 4.
Mr. Flores, it's not rapping port.
Rappaport. Excuse me.
It's fucking rap port.
I'm getting confused of the Rappaport's delight.
Well, you
My
mispronounce
apologies.
your players' names. Why can't he mispronounce yours?
I'm sorry.
Well said. There you go.
Lisa Ann, would you like to make a side bet right now?
Oh, boy.
No,
Okay.
Oh, boy.
I am picking Washington Redskins running back, Mr. Alfred Morris.
Alfred Morris, Washington running back. So Brandon Cooks, Alfred Morris to Michael Rappaport's delight.
Thank you. AKA there will be blood.
There will be blood. Scott is next.
That's me. Here we go. For the fourth pick, I will pick Miami running back Lamar Miller.
Quietly, Scott the Engineer has some pretty good picks on his board thus far. Antonio Brown, C.J. Anderson, T.Y. Hilton, now Lamar Miller going to Scott the Engineer. J.D. Harmeyer is next for his pick in round 4. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
He was looking at a menu.
Shut up.
They got no lo mein there? Or
Yeah,
what?
get your fat jokes out of the way, fuckhead.
Here we go, 4th round. And
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins, now the number 1 receiver for the Houston Texans with Andre Johnson in Indianapolis. Will Murray, his pick in round 4.
Yeah, I'm not liking this so far, but I'm going to go with Mark Ingram.
Saints running back Mark Ingram. How many touches, how many carries will he get in that Saints backfield? Lisa Ann with her pick in round 4.
I'm going to go with a player that likes to steal used cologne and underwear. That would be Joseph Randle, Dallas running back.
Lisa Ann finally goes running back with her picks. She previously had 2 receivers, and a tight end, and now Joseph Randle is on her board. Gary Delabate, his 4th round pick.
With my next pick, I'm going to take wide receiver Kelvin Benjamin.
Kelvin Benjamin, Carolina Panther receiver, goes to Gary Delabate.
Hold on. Hike.
Whoa, whoa, hold on. Mick the Nerd here with an injury report. Kelvin Benjamin was injured after the taping of this draft.
Matthew Berry, my ESPN colleague.
I will take Chargers running back Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon, the rookie running back out of Wisconsin, now with the San Diego Chargers, as Matthew Berry has his second running back of this draft so far. Ben Bardo is next.
Going to select running back Carlos Hyde from San
Carlos
Francisco
Hyde.
49ers.
49ers running back as two backs go back-to-back. John Hine, your fourth-round pick.
Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver Jordan Matthews.
Jordan Matthews going to John Hine. Previous round, John Hine selected Andrew Luck. Maybe the best pick considering where he got him in round 3 thus far. Jason Kaplan is our league commissioner, and he has his fourth-round pick.
And I am going to make a decision that might not be that smart based on the team he's playing on, but I have a good feeling this year I will be drafting running back Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray of the Oakland Raiders goes to Jason Kaplan. Here now, John Lieberman down on the field with members of our Whack Pack panel.
Thank you, Robert. I'm here with two members of the Whack Pack, eager to weigh in on this fascinating draft. Let me start with you, Fred the Elephant Boy. Fred, who has managed to pick the strongest team so far?
We watch a book she was going through her thing, and sometimes things is not the same when you read all the ads. Yeah.
Okay, Fred, thank you. Well put. Now, Asian Pete, allow me to turn to you. What's the one moment, Pete, that stands out for you so far in the draft?
I just hit on my business, too. I got work to do. Even the ISIS, he's gone. I off right now.
Interesting point, Pete. Thank you. There you have it from the Whack Pack panel. Now, you know, much did happen in the later rounds that unfortunately we are unable to air because of time constraints. Plus, the drama continued to escalate even after the draft during my post-game interviews. Here are the highlights you won't want to miss.
Todd Gurley coming off a torn ACL.
That's collusion.
Shut the fuck
That's
up.
collusion. That's
Do you know
not
what collusion means?
I'm saying, is that not collusion?
No, it's not.
I'll tell you what, I'll admit to collusion if you could spell collusion.
I don't give a shit.
Fucking pie hole.
Your fucking opinion means nothing to me.
Will, did you bring Howard lunch to breakfast this morning, even though he wasn't here? I'm just asking. It's a legitimate question.
Unlike Michael Rappaport, my next pick does not cheat. Tom Brady, New England Patriots.
Tom Brady does cheat. I do not cheat either.
We don't know what he does.
Yeah, he fucking cheats.
Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman.
Is he Jewish?
I don't know.
Oh, then he's not Jewish, because if he was Jewish, he would be telling everybody he was Jewish. Ben, remember last year when we made a pact to be friends?
I'm not your friend.
All right. We made a pact to be friends.
We didn't make any pact.
We did David Schwimmer, and I was going to be Matt LeBlanc, and then you fucked me. You were going to be Schwimmer.
And we didn't get invited to the Aniston wedding.
So you were going to be the guy that's fucking high all the time?
LeBlanc?
Yeah.
It was just a name. Fa-fa. All right, I am going to pick D'Angelo Williams.
He's so fucking useless, and you know it. Him and his silver and gold teeth. I don't even respond to his DMs, and that's bad. If you're a lame player, I just can't even.
Now
be
that's the
alone.
power rankings we all need. Who does Lisa Ann not respond to texts?
I respond to Travis Kelce, your boy. I respond to him.
Woo, that's good to know.
Just give us one dick pic that you've got.
Why would you want to see a dick?
You know what?
I didn't want to see the pic.
You want to know who they are?
Yeah, name.
Kanye West. Before Kim, but after her sex tape.
Scott, how'd you do?
Who the fuck cares? I'm not going to win anyway.
These fucking guys. I mean, Lisa Ann, she's on some kind of loop, and I could get that because, you know, her former occupation, like she's sucking, like, you know, like she was doing something in her former occupation, she did it over and over and over and over. It's the way she talks. It's frightening to me. Who the fuck did he pick?
You don't know.
Ask your kid to turn around and ask the kid behind him. That kid knows.
Oh, yes, the animosity never stops as these passionate competitors fight for supremacy in the emotional Friends League. Robert, I'll send it back to you.
Dealing with Michael Rappaport and the rest of this crew in drafting, no easy feat, but it seems we finally made it across the finish line. This concludes the broadcast portion of the Emotional Friends Fantasy Football Draft. The complete results are available at howardstern.com. Follow along there all season long, and make sure you listen for league updates throughout the season on Howard 100 and Howard 101.
The Stern Staff Fantasy Football Draft is brought to you by Yahoo Fantasy Football.